What's up, everybody? I'm Kojak and I'm back with another video. I trust everyone is doing marvelous today and that you're pursuing your dreams and your vision and the goals and the things that you want to achieve this year, 2025. All right, so I'm here in Tampa, Florida, and I have a customer that's having an issue with one of his strings. So what I'm about to do is I'm about to go into the combiner, check the screen, and most likely, I'm almost certain that the issue is on the roof because the homeowner has already claimed that he's troubleshooted inside of here with the breakers and the breaker is not tripping. But for some reason, 13 of his panels are not showing. So basically, first things first is I go into the interface, and I've already looked at the system previously before I got here. So I'll try to show you guys what I see so you could get an understanding of what I'm talking about. So basically, I'm gonna go through the steps. I'm gonna go into the combiner. I'm gonna check the breaker, check the wiring, check the voltages, check the amperage. I'm gonna do all of that procedure first. Then if I don't find anything there, then I will go up to the roof and check the junction box. So a lot of times the issue be at the junction box. So once I go up and check the junction box and make sure all the connection is good there, if there's no issue there, then I will have to chase the string and look for the jumpers or the end caps and make sure that they terminated those correctly. So those will be the steps I will follow down the line until I find out exactly why the string is not working. So let me show you guys what I got in the interface. I'm gonna try to show you guys. I know I got a little sun in my background, but just bear with me for a second. So I'm gonna try to move this over in the shade so you guys can see. So as you can see, those panels at the bottom, they're black, but they're not showing anything. And then if you see the panels right there, you can see that they're actually showing some wattage. So in that case, I know it's only 2 strings on site. We have the 2 20-amp breakers in here. So, and they have them separated 13 and 13, which is 26 panels. So like I said, I'm about to go to the steps. I'm gonna bring you guys along with me. I'm gonna show you how to properly troubleshoot this kind of issue and to also fix it. So give me a second. So how you guys been enjoying my videos so far? You know, do you feel like you gained a little more information and knowledge about solar? You feel like, you know, you're ready to make that push into the career path that you want? And another reason why I'm out actually here encouraging trades is because we need more people in the trade. And then the price of everything is going up. So when you master the trade, you can dictate the kind of money you make. So your skill gonna speak for itself. Your talent gonna speak for itself. So that's another reason why I'm on here promoting and encouraging people like, look, it's okay to have a job, but a lot of them jobs are dead end. You know, so you want to get on a career path where you got a trade or a skill that will prepare you to a higher level in this life, in this economy. So right now, from the looks, everything look decent in here. So you can see right here, this one red light right here let you know that the system is not fully producing. But you got 2 strings. So now I'm gonna just take some voltages check, some amperage, and then I'm gonna go on the roof and see what we got up there. Because most likely I'm pretty much certain that that's really where my issue is at. Oh man. All right. So y'all come along with me. I gotta go back to the van. I left my voltmeter. So yeah, you guys got to drop me some comments down below. You know, let me know what you think about the videos. Let me know if there's anything in particular you guys would like to see. Um, you know, there's a variety of jobs that I do week to week. So I'm gonna try to bring all of that to you guys to get down to the meat of things, so you can have a better understanding about solar, hopefully, and about the workings of solar. All right. So yeah, but to help me do that more efficiently, I need you guys to get in the comment. Let me know what you think, what you want to hear, what you want to see. You know, we could collaborate on this thing. So all right, I'm about to check the voltages. Simple process. I'm really concerned with the amperage, to be honest with you. But I'm gonna go through my process that I know to do. Okay, so I got all my correct voltages. I got my 240 and my 120 from every screen. So now, again, I'm gonna check the amperage. I'm gonna see if there's any power coming through both screens. So all you're gonna do is put your voltmeter on amperage, and you're gonna crimp that line. So right now I know my string 2 is giving me 0 amps. My string 2 is giving me 0 amps, so I know this is the corporate. This is the one that's causing the problem. All right, and as you can see, I take it off of there, put it on string 1, boom. Let me see if I can turn this so you guys, so you see, I'm getting amperes, so that let me know string 1 is working, string 2 not working. All right, so that's the easiest way to check if you're getting any voltage from your solar on the roof, and to identify which string is giving you the problem. So with that being said, I'm about to get ready to get everything together. We're gonna go on this roof. Also, I like to suit up. So I'll walk you guys through my tool belt one of these days to show you guys what all I carry. Then I have my other little bag of goodies right here. So basically what I got in here is I got Polaris in case I need to rewire something on the roof. You know, I got male and female connectors, you know. So once I get on the roof, hopefully I don't have to come back down. So I try to take everything that I think I may need the first time on the roof, so I don't have to come up and down off the ladder. So that's my goal. And then also I got my crimpers with me, just in case, along with everything else, in case I have to make up some new jumpers and some ends and whatnot. So it's always important to try to prepare, so that way you're not up and down the ladder, up and down the ladder. You know, that get tiresome. So just be prepared and you'll be okay. All right. So give me a second. I'll set this over here. You guys give me a second. I'm gonna set up this ladder. All right, now that I got that ladder set up, I'm gonna cut string 2 off. We're gonna isolate him, and we're gonna go on up on the roof and see what we could discover. Y'all come on along with me. So it's actually a beautiful day. It done warmed up quite a bit. On my ride over here, it was like in the 40s, you know. So I'm gonna show you guys what they did. So if they did a bad wire management, you're gonna have an issue. So I'm gonna step back and show you guys all these pipes they ran on the roof. You see? So this is the initial pipe right here. They came up through the soffit. They came up through the soffit right here and ran it around. And this is the first J-box right here. So I'm gonna go up under this panel. I'm gonna check the J-box and see what we got in there. Now, if it's not in the J-box, it's probably in one of these strings, one of these jumpers. So hopefully I can find the issue here and I don't have to lift up all these panels because they're spread out, and it'll take me a little bit more time to do that. So hopefully I can find a problem here. But if not, then I'll take you guys along with me on the journey because it's a process of elimination. Take these on the loose. And I didn't bring my pipe up today. But I'll just move the panel out of the way. This roof is not that bad. It's a small one-story. So all right. So I got that one out the way. And now I'm about to check this J-box and see what we're going on over here. And here we go. So, you see, I'm gonna try to give you guys an angle. Because if you can see right here, I got an arc flash. You see that? There's some arcing going on right here. So, a lot of times, that be because the wires are not tight. This side look pretty good. See? Even that one ain't tight. So you see that. So this is what installers do. They miss the connection, and then over time, while the electricity is trying to flow through there, it can't go through solid because it's not tightened, and then it causes an arc like this. So eventually this one was going to do the same thing. Eventually this one, it should have been tightened. So now I got to go down and cut that breaker off because this is hot. See what I'm saying? So hopefully this is the problem, but once I fix this, then I'll cut the breakers back on. So I hope you guys was able to see that. I couldn't tell whether or not how good that was, how good of the showing that was, but this what happens when guys be rushing. So they probably took all day to do this, and at the end of the day, they start the wiring process, and they just trying to get out. And you got to pull on the wires. Whenever you're terminating any kind of electrical wires, you got to tug on the wires to make sure they're in there, because you know there's the metal little piece in there. Sometimes if you don't open it all the way up, you could put the wire behind it, and then when you tighten it, it's just going to push it towards the plastic, and then over time it's going to melt. So you want to make sure you put it in the hole designated for the wire and cramp it down tight. Tug on it, so that way you know for sure that your wires are tight. And a lot of people do this, trust me. This ain't the first time. This happens quite often. So, but I got to go back down. What I was trying to avoid, I need to cut the other breaker off. And then what I'm gonna do is, I don't like those terminal blocks because they are faulty. So I like to just take them out the terminal block and put them in Polaris. That's way more safe, and it lasts way more longer. Over time, most of the times when I come back to job, I've always got to change them out of the terminal block. So give me a second. I'm gonna go down, cut this other breaker off, and then I'm gonna show you guys how I go ahead and do this right here. All right, so I got both breakers off. So hopefully I'm able to put this camera in a good angle for you guys to see what I'm doing. So this is where my little goodie bag come in handy. Now I'm also gonna chase this string just to make sure that it ain't something down the string that caused the system to arc. So I'm definitely gonna do that. Also, let me get over here. Well, I'm gonna leave that right there. You guys might not be able to see my head the whole time, but just follow along with me, and we're gonna get to the desired results. Yeah. See, this is burnt up and it's tight. I don't know why they do so. In an attempt to do good wire management, this is way too short. You know. See, they don't think about the person coming behind them. Now, if this would have burnt up real bad, I probably would have had to re-pull these wires because it wouldn't have been enough to work with. Look, they very short. So even to put a Polaris in here is tight work. So remember, solar roof installers, when y'all doing this J-box, leave some extra wire here, even when you're doing the panels. I mean, you don't want to leave it where it's sloppy, but he could have wrapped the wires around and hit the back side, and then wrapped them wires around and hit this side. He could have just switched sides of where he hit the wire, hit the terminal, and it would have gave you plenty slack for events like this. Now I got to figure out how to get more slack. 1 second. All right, so what I'm gonna do right here is the piece. This is a jumper. This is considered a jumper that they put in right here. So what I'm gonna do is just cut the zip tie, and then that give me some slack. I'm gonna also take this one out of the connection. I'm gonna also take this one out of the connection. Well, that don't matter because it's right there, but I might need some more from this one. So yeah, so as you can see, this is burnt. So we had a arc going on right there, thermal flare. So I'm gonna fix that, change the connections. Now I got some more slack, I can just pull this through. Yeah, I could just pull this through. So, yeah, extra couple minutes of the install, and they could have had all this worked out. But so like I say, people be rushing. They're like, man, we done been at this job all day. And a lot of people that's doing this now don't actually work for the company. They're subcontractors. So You know, for them, time is money. Like a lot of times they don't care about the quality of work. They just want to get it done, get paid, move to the next job. So I'm gonna cut off all that burnt piece. I'm gonna re-script these. Yeah. So the homeowner actually did get on the phone with Enphase, and I guess he was trying to troubleshoot the issues. These is what we call purple polaris. They for like up to 10 or sometimes you could get 8 in here, just depending, but that's what they're good for. So once you put them in, they waterproof. As long as you got them in there tight, you ain't got to worry about it. So you got the 2-prong, and then you got the 3-prong. So just depending what you need. They actually don't supply these no more. But I still have quite a few of them, so I'm able to go ahead and make it look nice and neat. So all I'm gonna do is just reconnect these, put the red with the red, black with the black, tighten everything in real good, and hopefully that should solve the issue. So you want to double check, make sure everything nice and tight. Because remember, this is electrical voltage. If it's not tight, that power got to go somewhere. It's got to go somewhere. And if it ain't going through the wire that's connected to it, guess what? It's coming out and it's gonna cause an arc or a fire. So definitely want to make sure you tighten everything good. So most of the time, since I've been doing this for a while, a lot of the times, well, most of the time, I pretty much know the issue just by reading what the homeowner explained. And that just come from experience, just come from doing it for a while. Like, I'm able to diagnose it without even being here. So I already knew it was a roof issue because the breaker wasn't tripping. And a lot of times the breaker does trip, so that means there's still a connection between the wires that is arcing. So every time you turn it on, it's still pop, pop, pop. So, but I knew if the issue wasn't in the box, and the homeowner already looked in the box, that it was a roof issue. Luckily, this roof ain't that bad. This is not a super tall house. It's not no 2-story or nothing like that. I ain't got to do nothing too crazy. So this is gonna be a little tricky because these jokers are tight. So let me see if I can readjust this. So what I did was just loosen the micro a little bit to see if I can get you some slack. Just enough to get my connection down. So yeah. So that's just the stages of troubleshooting a string down. First thing you want to do is go to the combiner and check your voltage is there if you don't already know what screen. Now, if the breaker would have been tripped, then I would have knew automatic which screen it was. But since the breaker wasn't tripped, I had to go through the process elimination and still check everything before I commit to coming on the roof. Like, these wires are super short. I'm hoping I'm gonna be able to make this work. I might have to leave these in the terminal, so let me see if I can make this work. I don't think I'm gonna be able to make this work. These I'm gonna have to leave in the terminal. I'm just gonna tighten them down real good and call it a day, because they didn't leave me nothing to work with. And in order to fix that, I will have to go and cut this off. In order to scratch that wire out, I'll have to cut the connection off, cut it off here, and add a new piece, add a new jumper that will go from here to there for my length. But I don't need to do that. So I'm gonna just put them back in the terminal. I'm gonna tighten them down real good, and because there really wasn't no issue with this one, even though they didn't have it tight. So and that's what I think they did to this one. See how I'm looking down? I'm making sure I put it in the hole. Even though I've opened it up, you want to make sure. Because if you put it between the plastic and the metal, it's going to burn out later. You're going to have the same problem. So you definitely want to double check that. It's not super complicated. It's time consuming, but not super complicated. For you guys for you folks that's afraid of electricity, yeah. Everybody got to have a healthy respect for electrical. Because it can bite you. It can bite you and let you know, hey, it's real. Or it can you don't want the other part. You get bit by it, it's good enough. It's like a warning, like, hey, don't forget what you messing with over here. So, and if anybody tell you that work on electrical that they ain't never got bit, they ain't did no electrical. Because I don't care how careful you is, it happened to the best of us. You know? So you just want to make sure you take your time, use the necessary safety precautions like cut off the breakers and stuff like that. And you should be good. All right. So I'm gonna go in the van and see if I got any covers for the back of these. So I'm gonna just push that one right there. All right. So I got that done. I'm gonna show you guys real quick. Let me get everything back together. So right now, this seems like this would be a pretty simple fix. But once I cut the breaker on, I'm also gonna go down. I'm gonna show you guys what I'm talking about. So the issue, one of the main issues that I have out here doing these installs is that they put too many jumpers in between the strings. And this is a end cap. This is a jumper. End cap, jumper. So basically, when they don't, when the installer do poor wire management, they have to add jumpers because they cut their wire too short, and then they're like, oh, it won't reach. So then they put jumpers, and sometimes, man, they have jumpers every 2 feet. And I'm like, and then when I'm tracing the line, because a lot of the time it be in the jumper because they have to cramp them. And then if you don't put nobody on the cramper that know what they're doing, they don't cramp it correctly. Yeah, it'll come on, but as soon as the wind blow hard, it goes, boom, pop the breaker, you know? So you want to do proper wire management when you're doing solar roof installs. Scratch out your wire. You know, see how they got all them panels over there? See, that's a whole string by itself. So that needed to come all the way over here to this box right here. So scratch out the wire from the end of the roof over there to the end of the roof over here. That way you know, and give yourself some more. That way you know when you go to running it through the pipes, and by the time you get over here, you got way more than enough wire. But if you don't do that, you're gonna end up putting jumpers between every section. See all these pipes they got? And if they didn't put the proper length of wire in there, it's probably a jumper on every side of these pipes. And that makes it hard for me when I come out here to do the service calls, because I'm like, bro, I got to lift up all these panels, trace the line all the way back from the top to the bottom, and then sometimes be 5 jumpers for 10 feet of wire. If it makes sense. So for you guys out there that see this, please be mindful of your wire management when you're doing this. Please be mindful. All right, I'm about to go back down, cut these breakers on, and then let's see what happens. All right, nothing tripped, so that's good. All right, with that being done, so now I have to wait. It takes up to 5 minutes for the solar to come back on. Hey, I appreciate you guys sticking around with me for that long. I know it's been a pretty long video. Right now, I think that solved the issue. If there's any more issues, like if I have to chase the string or anything like that, I'll come back online and I'll walk you guys along with me so you can see the process of tracing the jumpers, replacing the jumpers, and getting the system up and running efficiently. So I thank you guys for sticking around. Please don't forget to like the video, to subscribe to the channel, and also throw on your notifications so you could be alerted every time I drop a new video. I'm gonna try to keep it authentic and as very transparent as it could be. So like I said, drop a comment down below. If you got a solar system and you're having problems and you got questions, go ahead and drop a comment. If you're interested in getting solar, go ahead and drop a comment. If you got a question for me, drop a comment. I will reply. So thank you guys very much. Until next time, peace.